in the Coma Unwind and Zeke's Pump Service car, Frank Latois Jr.
Then we go to car number 8, feature event winner from Palmer, Mass. Ladies and gentlemen, David Como.
The Black Label Kid in car number 01 from Ludlow in the Borbo Welding car, Johnny Walker.
Tradesman of New England, Gary's Connecticut Lawn Care, car number 74 for Brandon Michael out of Granville, Mass.
Aboard car number 22 in the new wrestling machine, here's Paul Verrecchio Jr.
And then it'll be the Michaels Auto Body number 68 from Ludlow for Greg DeMoine.
This driver had problems in qualifying in car number 3 from East Long Meadow. Safeco Foam is a sponsor for Ryan Fern.
The Family Man, Doug's Home Improvement number 21 from New Salem, Mass, Doug Phelps.
And last week's winner, starting from the rear of the field in car number 12 in the Safeco Foam car, Alexandra Fern.
Ladies and gentlemen, they rumble off turn number 4. And down to the line, it is car number 11 for Tyler Trott. And Alexandra Fern, last week's winner, does not make the starting grid match.
As she is out of the action, and moving into second is Don Beck. A strong move to get him into the number 2 position. Johnny Walker is taken off in car number 01 as they blast their way off the turn. Trey Spire has moved into the top 3.
Dan Dembeck ran strong in his qualifying. All of a sudden, the car shut down. It is going now as it makes a bid for the lead. Tyler Trott hunted down by the Dembeck machine on the inside. 2 black cars at the point, wheel to wheel and side by side. Walker, Latois also coming to the front of the field. Look a little further back. Marquise is racy, and Brandon Michael is just starting to settle in and march to the front.
Here comes Walker trying to move into the top 4. He has momentum as he tries to scrape his way underneath Frank Latois. He is going to pull it off with a daring 3-wide maneuver.
Walker is looking racy. Latois, the car in front of him, the 11 car of Tyler Trott, drifted directly across in front of him, almost stopping him on the racetrack. Latois is up to the 4th spot. Marquise challenging for position 5. Como is there. Here comes Brandon Michael. Back to the front, Matt. We've got a challenge for the lead.
Boy, that was a reflex tester for Johnny Walker, and he was able to come through. At the front of the field, the leader is Dembeck, but Trey Spire, looking for his second win of the season, is not far away. The lead continues to dwindle as they rocket their way into turn number 3.
No question about it. Look a little further back. Brandon Michael and Marquise are side by side. Tyler Trott, once the early leader, he is now contending for the 6th spot. Michael is up to the 6th position. All of a sudden, the 29 car of Trace Bear is still working over our leader as once again down the back straightaway, it is still the 93 out in front. 5 of the 15 circuits are now complete.
And Dembeck has pretty good straightaway power. We'll see what happens in the corner. Beyer continues to hang tough in car number 29. We have a similar battle for 3rd and 4th between Walker and Latois. Walker second in the points and Latois the point leader. Now there is a racket at the front of the field as Trey Spire continues to pick on the back bumper of our leader, and that is Dan Dembeck.
They reach the halfway marker in this event. Off the turn, Dembeck driving a picture-perfect race, but right there and working him over heavily is the number 29 machine of Trace Bear. Bear started in the 6th spot, and look at Walker. I think Walker is going to be a factor, and Latois also is the man with a mission, not only for the title, he's running the race and he's running to win.
It could be Dembeck is slowing the pace down because Walker has moved into contention along with Latois and David Como in car number 8. Brandon Michael running 6th, and 7th is Trott. And things are heating up again on the backstretch as Dembeck is ready to be tested by Trey Spire.
They are 5 cars, nose to tail, bumper to bumper. Close as they come off turn number 4. Walker takes a look at the outside. That's your 3rd place car. Flat black, orange, and white, numeral number 01. Coming to the front back, and all of a sudden Latois is right there. He's running in the tire tracks. Caution flag is out. We've got one around. It looks like the Doug Phelps machine underneath the sprint billboard between turns 3 and 4.
So the family guy, the man who has one of the largest rooting sections in the dare stock division, is on the sidelines for the time being. Now he is bringing that car back out onto the speedway. So it is the family guy. He'll be at the rear of the field. And what a battle we have between Dan Dembeck and Trace Beyer. They have been going at it for 10 laps.
They certainly have. And remember, our dare stock contingency partners include New England Racing Fuels, supplier of Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR, and Rad Auto Machine. So those are our contingency partners. Lights are off, Matt. Place your bets here. What's it going to be? Dan Beck. Trace Beyer on the outside. They rumble off turn number 4. Second row is racy as well. Green is out. They're underway.
Had a good start for Dembeck. Here comes Johnny Walker. That caution could have been advantageous to him. But on the outside, springboarding his way into second is Trace Beyer. He is going after the lead as they head into turn 3.
They are even as they go into turn number 3. Little further out in front comes the 29, way up wide, almost 3 wide, as now Walker moves into the mix. Latois is there on the high side as well. Once again, 10 of 15. Oh,
trouble for Michael, spinning around.
Brandon Michael spins. Also involved in the mix-up is the 16 machine of Nicole Chambrello, and Brandon Michael is not able to fire it back up.
He took the 11 of Travis Trott with him, but Trott was able, or Tyler Trott, but Trott was able to keep moving. So the 11 car, you see that dangling front bumper, that number 11 is across the start-finish line. So some cosmetic damage to that number 11 car. And Brandon Michael, those are 5-week-old tires on that number 74 car. And on the right front, that is a tire that he used in the spring sizzler. So old rubber, and maybe that was part of the problem as he ran into trouble in turn number 1.
Well, he has 5 circuits to get back to the front in this one. He's very capable. Let's see what's going to happen now as they are ready to go back to green. On the starter stand, Rich Keeter looking the field over. The yellow flag still remains out as they check the racing surface now into turn number 2.
Now, that yellow might have been an advantage for Trace Beyer in car number 29 because on the last lap, he went far to the outside, almost in the parking lot, and that enabled the 93 at Dembeck to get his first to increase his lead. Let's go to Kelly LaMesa for this Flamingo Motorsports report.
All right, Ben, earlier this afternoon, I had a chance to talk with Rookie of the Year, Trace Beyer, sorry. He's very excited to win this honor, and now he's in second place. We're going to see what happens from here on out. Back to you.
Thank you, Kelly. And of course, we remind you that the Flamingo Motorsports Report, which is the infield report here, is brought to you by our friends at Flamingo Motorsports. That's the mule. Look where it says Boston Strong. That vehicle is used by our staff here in television land and broadcast land. If you're in the market for a vehicle like this, you want a snowmobile, you want a motorcycle, Flamingo Motorsports. They're located in the Palmer-Munson line in Massachusetts. Good people, the home of the Ryan Priest Flamingo Motorsports number 16 on the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour. Back to Matt Buckler.
Let's see what Dembeck can do on this restart. Beyer will be giving him everything he has as they make the rounds coming off of turn number 4. Beyer on fire, car number 29, and Dembeck is able to hold him off.
The second row is the hot spot, and that is Walker and Latois right there. Here comes Como again. Brandon Michael, the cream is starting to rise to the top. Side-by-side racing, not only for the lead, but for 2, make it 3 rows back. Walker changes his strategy, Matt. He's trying to get around that number 93 car at all costs.
And the yellow comes out again.
Oh, boy.
And getting clobbered. Allison Coelho got into the 16 of Nicole Chambrello, and also a car wedged in close to the concrete surrounding the front straightaway.
I believe that is the number 68 car for Greg DeMone with that machine, and that is the car. So 3 cars hit at a ton. The 16 machine of Nicole Chambrello is involved, the Coelho machine, and the black and gold car for Ludlow, Massachusetts. Greg DeMone with that machine. So
Allison Coelho was not with us last week because the high school volleyball season started, and she is a starter on the varsity for the undefeated Wilbraham Mass High team. So that's where Allison was last week, and she's going to miss next week, but she will be back for the final. Unfortunately, Dad might have a lot of work to do on that car, the 35 for Allison.
We should also point out that Tyler Trott, the number 11 car, was black flagged and brought down on pit road. There's the Flamingo Motorsports Mule in action down there on pit road, taking, I believe, Connor Sullivan to the scene of the altercation, or maybe Tony Sutton. Not quite sure there. Looks like Connor.
Well, that mule goes everywhere.
Sure does.
So there you can get a lot of uses from that. And once again, we would like to thank Flamingo Motorsports for making that possible and making our pit reports possible. Actually, that's Gus Coelho in car number 35, as that car has severe damage. So 3 cars kind of jammed together on the front straightaway to bring out our third caution of the race. Let's go to Connor Sullivan, who is there at the accident scene.
There's a lot of damage here on the front straightaway as Gus Coelho, he has gotten out of the car. Allison, as 60, Nikki Chambrella is already out. So good news is that all drivers have been able to walk away, but there's a lot of damage, a lot of fluid to clean up here on the front straightaway.
So Connor Sullivan down there checking out a very serious situation for 3 of these competitors that were running very strong among the top cars as well. So they brought the field down on pit road, and it's in what we will call a holding pattern while work continues as they remove the cars from the front straightaway.
A lot of drivers were involved in the accident, and our pit reporters have gone down to try to get their comments. Let's go to the pit road area for this Flamingo Motorsports update.
All right, I'm down here with number 68, Greg DeMone. Greg, this does not look good. What happened in your point of view?
It looks like just a racing incident. She got a little loose, got in a wall, and I tried to scoop by her, didn't quite make it. So that ends our night tonight.
Unfortunately, tough break for you. Back to you.
Well, you can hear the disappointment, but interestingly enough, you said he was a good guy, and you can tell by listening to the way he approached that. He didn't blame anybody. He just said, that's racing, and we're going to get past it.
And he almost missed it, but not quite.
That's right.
So we will not want to miss this double file restart because it could determine the outcome of the race. Denbeck on the inside, looking for his first ever Stafford Motor Speedway win in his rookie season. Well, we see the first-time winner in the Legends in Devin O'Connell. Can Denbeck do it? We are about to find out.
Off turn number 4. Looking him over. Rich Keeter. The snap of the green, and they are racing. Down into turn number 1. It is still the 93 Dan Denbeck. But here comes Walker. Latois is there. On the outside. Challenge for the lead. Turn 3.
And Beyer came very close to getting it before the yellow came out. He is dead even with Denbeck. They come off the corner. It is Denbeck in front, but only by a half a car length over the 29 of Beyer.
Beyer has run the outside lap after lap. Here comes Walker back to 3rd. Meanwhile, Como with the number 8 car is now working on Latois to take over the 4th spot, Matt. Marquise is still in this one. Brandon Michael has a great comeback. At the line, who's it going to be? 12 circuits of 15.
And Denbeck trying to pull away. In the inside, Johnny Walker trying to wreak some havoc. He gets underneath the 29 of Beyer. He is halfway there as they head into the 3rd quarter. Beyer running masterfully on the outside, but Walker giving him a lot to think about as they go into the 4th quarter.
13 moves on the scoreboard. 2 circuits left, 1 mile. Still the leader remains car number 93, Dan Denbeck, started 4th. Here's Walker in a quest to take over the 3rd spot. Marquis spins to the bottom of 1 and 2.
but we are able to continue, which is good news for Dembeck. Battle for second. What an intense Donnybrook there. On the outside, it is Beyer. Here comes Walker. And Johnny Walker is in second place with 1 lap to go. We'll see if they can catch our pace setter. Is Dembeck stretching out his lead.
Dan Dembeck was in the lead in his qualifying round when all of a sudden the car shut off. He has less than 2 circuits. Fingers are crossed. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Dembeck has secured his first victory here at Stafford in the Dare Stocks, and they're 3 wide for seconds.
Walker in second. Beyer, I believe, was third over Como. Then it was Latois, followed by Brandon Michael. And then Doug Phelps, the family guy, in car number 21, as he will finish in 7th. Wow, what a great battle for second. And Johnny Walker wins that. So Johnny Walker is going to move up slightly in the point standings, but Frank Latois unofficially will lead by 24 points with 2 races left in the season. And Dan Dembeck, well, we saw about a month ago that he had the car figured out, and it was just going to be a matter of time, but nobody knew if he could get that first win this year. Well, he did it from Hamden, Massachusetts. Dembeck, a first-time winner. So we start the night with a pair of first-time winners at Stafford, Devin O'Connell and Dan Dembeck. We would like to wish a happy birthday to Marilyn Finnegan, and that is from Finn. So, Marilyn, happy birthday, and I hope you're having a great night at Stafford. And we know one thing, Dan Dembeck is having a great night, too.
He certainly is. We'll give him just a second to get out of the race car. We welcome tonight another one of the legendary, he started a revolution. I can tell you, I've known this man since I was a youngster. Coming up to join us from Florida, he is also the grandfather of Ryan Preece. Bob Judkins is here tonight, and he's also celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, Bob, and we're glad to see you back here at Stafford. Well, we've got an excited winner in Napa Victory Lane. Let's go down where the action is and meet our winner with Kelly Lamisa.
All right, we have a very excited winner, like you said, Dan Dembeck. This is your first win here at Stafford. How's it feel right now?
It feels great. It's finally get a win. We had a lot of problems with this car. It's great to put it in victory lane tonight.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Frank Alessio for the motor, Rad Motorworks. Pretty much everybody who helped me this year, especially Jimmy. Beautiful setup. That's about it.
Got a little lost for words. Enjoy your win. And second place, we got Johnny Walker. All right, you're in second place. You got you're second in points. What's your strategy here on out for the rest of the season?
The strategy from here on out is just going to be luck. I mean, Frank Latois, he's a great driver. He's just as good as me. Hats off to him. I wish him the best luck, and I also hope I win it too, you know. I got a couple people to thank. I got to thank my mom, my crew, Terry, Kickback Motorsports, Garrett, Gus, Berardi Transmissions. I always seem to forget them. Not tonight, though. And Copex Exhaust.
All right, Johnny. And there you have it. And now third place is the Rookie of the Year, Trace Beyer. You got third place tonight. You're Rookie of the Year. How you feeling tonight?
Pretty good. My car loosened up toward the end, so Walker was able to slip underneath me. But it was fun racing them. They race very clean, and it's fun racing like that.
Who would you like to thank?
I got to thank my dad, Mike Robs, who's not here tonight, my Aunt Shirley. My grandparents are here. I got to thank Joe, the whole 36 Limited Late Model team. They help us out a lot, and they got us into this position.
All right. That concludes a very exciting dare race.
In the Beckman's Auto Center in Salvage Hill Cattle Company car, the Mule, George DeSera Jr.
Car number 23 is up next from Tolland, Connecticut, Rich Heyman.
Then in car number 28, it's Daryl Keene. He is from East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. And also the 2 of Stuart Fern. And that is our rundown tonight with Michael Scorzelli starting on the pole. And now it's time also to start thinking about the Rookie of the Year. And this is a pretty good race. Kyle Casagrande is leading in the rookie standings by only 8 points over Joshua Wood. So Rookie of the Year is very much up for grabs in the late model division.
And remember, at the fall final, you decide the most popular driver in all of the weekly divisions, and that is a prestigious award. Tim Bennett looking the field over. He gives him the evil eye. The double greens are out. Scorzelli with a little giddy up. Butler does not come up to speed.
As he languishes back and up at the front is Scorzelli. He is getting a challenge early on by Corey Casagrande, who is on the outside. And on the bottom is Kevin Gambacorta trying to tunnel underneath all the way to the lead.
Off the turn, he touches Scorzelli. Down to the stripe, it's still Scorzelli the leader. Casagrande now side by side with Gambacorta. Michael Bennett, the Magnum, is there on the inside. Bennett tries to move into the third spot. Here comes Tommy Fern, also rising to the front of the field to the occasion of being a contender.
And he looks strong as he goes underneath and almost got underneath Michael Bennett. Now Corey Casagrande and Kyle Casagrande are having good runs as Kyle trying to corkscrew his way underneath his younger brother. They are dead even heading into the third turn.
With them is the champ, Gray, thundering his way to the inside. Gray now moves to the bottom side, picks up the spot from Corey Casagrande. Here comes J.J. Hill in the Onyx machine, also threading the needle to get to the front.
He is in the upper echelon of the field and now trying to get by Corey Casagrande, setting a blistering pace. Mike Scorzelli looking for his first ever win. So could he be the fourth first-time winner tonight? He is holding his own against a combination of Kevin Gambacorta and Michael Bennett.
Michael Bennett runs in the tire tracks of Gambacorta off that second turn. Fern still trying to reel him in. Look at Gray. He's coming again, challenging the number 7 for Casagrande. Bid for second. Bennett gets a nose under Gambacorta. They touch. Bottom of turn 1. Michael Bennett is up to seconds.
And here comes Tommy Fern as he gets into third as he makes Gambacorta pay for wandering to the outside. Now Adam Gray almost trying to go underneath Kyle Casagrande. So Casagrande is on the attack against Kevin Gambacorta.
They come off the turn, single file formation, but the heat is rising to the top in this one. It is Scorzelli, the leader of the pack, setting a pace down the back straightaway. Bennett still running in second. Third is still Tommy Fern. Fern has had an awful season of ups and downs. He starts to work over Bennett, but Bennett will maintain the second spot.
But a little room down low for Tommy Fern as he tries to scamper his way underneath Michael Bennett in the 16. It is not happening yet. Good run for Gambacorta in fourth, and the action continues. A pretty heated battle between Kyle Casagrande and Adam Gray.
Adam Gray now working over Kyle, but can't quite do it. A little further back, Jimmy Peterson is being very cautious at the early marks of this event. Meanwhile, back up front, here comes Gray, down underneath the 7 car of Kyle Casagrande. Gray, with the skill of a surgeon, he now moves into the top 5.
And that was a very significant move for Gray because now he's going after the 32 of Kevin Gambacorta. The Casagrande brothers are battling it out for 6th and 7th, and all by his lonesome at the front of the field is Michael Scorzelli. That lead is expanding over Michael Bennett.
A car that did not get up to speed at the start of this event is Tommy Butler. Engine problem. You can hear the skip in the motor. Heartbreaker for him. Back up front, 10 of 30. Scorzelli, leader of the pack. His wife, Michelina, is the crew chief on the car, and that is just not a title. She literally works on that race car from the time it gets here to the racetrack to the time they finish their main events.
Tommy Butler out of the competition. He's on the safety road. Best battle, 4th and 5th. That's Gambacorta, where now he is being pestered by Adam Gray. Remember, Adam Gray has a 2-race winning streak as he tries to springboard by that number 32 of Gambacorta.
Single file, everybody is running the perfect line off the turn, and nobody on this circuit decides to step out of line. 12 of the 30 laps are now complete. It still remains Scorzelli, about the same margin between first and second. Here's the deal breaker. Fastest car in the racetrack, Kyle Casagrande, 21.158. Believe it or not, and he is your 6th or 7th place car.
A lot of people were surprised how quickly he picked up running the late model car. He is having a glittering rookie year. Adam Gray has tried everything, has been unable to get by Gambacorta, so he tries a little more viciously, and once again, Gambacorta holds his own and protects the number 4 position.
Michael Bennett still holding on for second, about the same distance between Bennett and Fern each and every time by. That is not the story for Adam Gray and Gambacorta. They've got a good battle going on, and that's currently for the 4th spot. There comes Gray, a man with a mission. Lap 15, half of the event is over. Usually in the second half is when Adam Gray makes his move.
Boy, Adam Gray worked hard for 5 laps to finally get an opening to dive bomb underneath Gambacorta. So a good perseverance that time for Adam Gray. He is in 4th. Clear sailing at the front of the field for Michael Scorzelli. Michael Bennett is not giving up, and that lead has not grown for about the last 5 or 6 laps. You have to give Michael Bennett credit for that.
Certainly does. Scorzelli that time got a little bit loose as he went into the middle of turn 2. Scorzelli not as strong as he was a couple laps ago. They are starting to apply the pressure, and Bennett reeled him in, almost picked up a car length on the last circuit by.
The lead is starting to shrivel, so Scorzelli knows that Bennett is moving in a hurry, and so is Tommy Fern. In control of 4th place is Adam Gray. Then it's Gambacorta. Then Kyle Casagrande. Then Corey Casagrande. J.J. Hill, Josh Wood, and Jim Peterson. And Jim Peterson has to do some passing, or he is going to be out of the championship chase.
He certainly is not going to be left out. He'll try everything to close up the gap. The story is, at this point, if the race should end this way, 62 points Gray would have over Peterson, but it's not over with yet, Matt.
And we still have 11 laps to go. You know what happened to Jeremy Sorrell. So nothing is official until that checkered flag comes out. Now getting a little racy is Kyle Casagrande, as he is getting within striking distance of the number 32 car at Gambacorta. The best battle is for 5th. Here is Gambacorta, followed by the Casagrande brothers.
While that was happening, Michael Bennett got out of shape, and he lost that big margin he had over Tommy Fern. 20 laps are up, 10 circuits to go. Gambacorta still in a heated battle in front of the Casagrande boys. J.J. Hill is there, and Peterson is just riding this out at this point in the events.
And it looks like Adam Gray is closing in on a title because he is in front of the 2 guys that he had to be in front of, and those are Kevin Gambacorta and Jim Peterson. Michael Scorzelli came to Stafford last year with high hopes. He and his wife love this track. They can love it even more if he can hang on for 8 more laps.
No question, he's done a good job so far. In recent weeks, he's been a leader almost every one of the last 3 Friday night events here at Stafford. Meanwhile, look at Fern. He is glued to Michael Bennett. Bennett's car is starting to go away. Fern's car is starting to come in. And Adam Gray, he's going to be the spoiler in this deal for sure.
And what about Scorzelli? Is he holding back, or is he giving it everything he has? He might need some pizzazz for a double file restart. Now Fern going to work on Bennett. This is a battle for 2nd place, and Fern has the leverage.
And Bennett continues his quest to try to hold on. They are side by side, but you leave the inside open. Somebody's going to come through, and Fern just proved that, and so does an Adam Gray. Bennett now shifts back to the 4th spot. Scorzelli is still the leader, and the margin, believe it or not, is even more with 6 laps to go between 1st and 2nd.
Michael Scorzelli didn't start racing until he was an adult, and he did it via computer, as he raced Stafford via computer before he was ever at the racetrack. That knowledge has come in handy as he continues to have a pretty imposing lead over Tommy Fern.
The Scorzelli machine, his wife, sets up the race car. They are dedicated, devoted. The 2 of them come week after week to Stafford, all the way from New York. Less than 4 circuits to go before Michael Scorzelli is able to take down his first career victory. Gray and Fern, we've seen this battle so many times here in 2014. It started a year ago, and this is a rivalry that is tough to beat.
And as long as they are paying attention to each other, Michael Scorzelli might be able to slip underneath the radar. In fourth is Bennett. Then we have Kyle Casagrande as he is getting closer to a Rookie of the Year title, but it's Mike Scorzelli. He is in the spotlight. His wife makes documentary films. What a documentary this is. The Michael Scorzelli story is 2 laps away from unfolding.
Michael Scorzelli takes it down into turn number 1. He has not folded to the pressure. Scorzelli, this would be a big payday for him. Down the back straightaway. 29 will click off at the line. White flag is out, but Michael Scorzelli and his wife Michelina are not going to give up. There is less than half mile to history in the making for this family and team.
Will this be a coronation lap for Mike Scorzelli? Still has a hefty lead over the combination of Fern and Gray. Here is Mike Scorzelli. He can taste his first career win at Stafford.
Off turn number 4, Michael Scorzelli. He's done it for his wife Michelina. They will take down their first career win ever at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Great run for Tommy Fern to finish in second, Adam Gray for third, Michael Bennett for fourth, and Kyle Casagrande for fifth.
Then it was Corey Casagrande who nailed down sixth, J.J. Hill seventh, Jim Peterson eighth, Kevin Gammacorta ninth, and Josh Wood finishing 10th.
Then it'll be Daryl Keene for the 11th spot, George Nasora for 12th, Rich Hammond for the 13th position, Tommy Butler, a mechanical problem, the story 14th, and Stu Fern to finish in 15th.
And it is unofficial. Remember, these cars have to go through post-race inspection. But if everything holds up, your champion for 2014 is making his way into Napa Victory Lane in third place. Adam Gray has done it again. That is unofficially 62-point lead over Jim Peterson, and also a pretty good lead by over 70 over Kevin Gammacorta. So Adam Gray has repeated. Once again, that is unofficial. We still have to go through inspection.
And a very deserving victory. This is not your average team. This is a husband and wife that come all the way down from upstate New York. They never give up, as Michael Scorzelli and his beautiful wife, Michelina, are in Napa Victory Lane, and she is waving to us up here in the tower. They have done it.
I'm surprised she doesn't have a camera out there to film this as Mike Scorzelli climbs out of the car.
And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, as we go down to Tony Sutton. What a great day for the Scorzelli family.
Scorzelli, what a drive, what a way to get your first win. Absolutely, absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I tell you, when I knew Tom was behind me, I'm like, oh, please, no mistakes, no mistakes. And I'm glad I didn't make any mistakes. So I just got to thank Jeremy Hoteling for doing the motor, and Bob Phil for setting the car up, and my wife, my crew chief, who makes it all happen. He did it, huh? And I got to say thank you to all the fans for sticking in this cold night out here, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, it got a lot warmer that last lap, and by the time you crossed the finish line, I wasn't shivering nearly as much.
I tell you what, I heard every nut and bolt coming apart on this thing in the last couple laps.
Well, Mike Scorzelli, what a great – the drive to Buffalo is going to be a lot easier than the drive down here.
I'll probably make it all the way home without pulling over to sleep.
Okay, Mike, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Tom, that was 30 green laps of late model racing, which doesn't happen here that often, but boy, I'll tell you what, everybody that could tried as hard as they could, and he tried a little bit better than everybody else.
Yeah, Mike, congratulations to him. He's been trying us for 2 years here at Stafford, and he finally got a win, which is great. We wanted to get the race done quicker for the fans because it's too damn cold out here to race right now. But, hey, I got to thank my sponsors, Safeco Foam, King Lord Coach Lines, JR Sweeping, Bill Cushion with Sun Valley Fire Equipment, And Napa, of course, they've came on board this year at Stafford and really support us racers, which we can't thank them enough. And Connecticut Trailers also with the late models. What else we got there? But yeah, thanks for your fans coming out tonight and braving this cold weather. It's just great to have everybody here to watch us race.
It's just a nice fall evening here at Stafford. Tom Furman, congratulations on second spot.
Yeah, like I said, it was a tough race tonight with 30 laps, green flag all the way. But my wife was spotting for me, kept me right informed with everything that's going on. And my crew, they gave me a great car to race. Don Wood would rat out a machine under the hood, and my dad does the trannies and Buzzy does the rear, so great combo there.
Well, our third place finisher, the last guy on the podium, but on the podium, the man with the smile that radiates across the world, Adam Gray, congratulations on your third place.
Thank you very much. I couldn't do it without an awesome crew and awesome sponsors. Meadows Motor Car, Land's Auto Repair, Holly's Auto Body and Repair, Greg Orland Construction, Barco Automotive, Perry's Auto Parts, Trackside Motors, OJS Construction, Joey Ham's Welding, Pizza Shop, Napa Auto Parts of Belchertown, Stafford Motor Speedway, the 811 Dig Guys, Connecticut Trailers, everybody that makes this possible week in and week out. Thank you guys very much.
Well, Adam, thanks for a great performance, and go get your calculator out and figure out exactly how many points you have right now.
I think we're a couple up.
Yeah, well, we got one more race to go, so we'll see what happens in the fall final. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, that wraps it up down here. The late model victory lane is over.